Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Old School. Dave from YouTube channel Dave's Game Room is here to look at Special Criminal Investigation on the Sega Master System. How are you doing, my friend?
Well, this game sounds deadly serious to me, but I'm doing really well, mate. How are you doing?
I'm good. I've captured this footage, guys, this morning. This is Chase HQ 2. It's the sequel to the original Chase HQ. Dave, have you played this before?
Not this particular one. I've played Chase HQ, but never the Chase HQ follow-up.
Yeah, same. This was my first time with it, and yeah, I won't spoil things for you guys. I'll tell you how I found my experience as we go along in this video. Dave, have you got any little bit of trivia about this game for us, or any information? Because I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah, so apparently the player this time around, so there's a particular car that's in this game. Apparently in the first game it was a Porsche 928. This time around it's a Nissan 300ZX Z32, which is a nice car. I remember that car from way back in the day. This looks really, really cool. Did you say this was Sega Master System?
Master System. I'll say now, right off the bat, I had a great time with this game today. I really wasn't expecting good things. It's a lovely little game. It really handles well. The one thing I don't like about it, you have to press up on the D-pad to accelerate.
Ah, is it because the Master System only had those two fire buttons?
It did. And one of the fire buttons is turbo. As you can see, I'm using my turbos there up on the top left-hand side.
Yeah.
And the other button is obviously, as you've just seen, to fire your, gun. I don't know if it's a gun. You do get a rocket. A helicopter will give you a rocket in a bit. You'll see. But yeah, it handles really well. The music on it is just really quirky and fun. And yeah, I had a great time with it. Mate, how do you think this shapes up compared to the original?
It actually looks pretty decent. I'm trying to remember what the original was like, because I've played the arcade version, and I think I might have played an Amiga port of it as well. And I was quite impressed with it. I liked Chase HQ. In fact, I've actually got it on Game Boy, so I might check out the Game Boy. I've actually got the cartridge for this.
The Game Boy version, interesting.
Yeah, so I might check that out at some point to see what that's all about. This looks really, really good, I must say. This is a good showing for the Master System. It's nice and colourful. It is. And it seems to be moving reasonably well as well in terms of the frame rate. It's not too bad.
Smooth as butter. So you get this at the end of each stage. This is like the boss.
Yeah.
So the story is some guy has kidnapped a girl, I think, which is a bit dodgy. But and you've got to approach these boss car vehicles at the end of every stage and basically just keep firing your rockets at them until they pull over, and you essentially arrest them.
Oh, nice.
And then they give you information about this kidnapped girl. This is what I haven't read anything about this game. This is what I've gathered from playing it this morning, my session with it. So you've got that problem or that issue we had with the NES there with the graphics sort of glitching a little bit because there's too many sprites on screen, you've said before.
Yeah, too many things in one line, in one scan line, generally causes that flicker, because both the Master System and the NES have got that same limitation. Well, that's pretty cool. You get a little picture there.
So you get this, and you get a bit of dialogue then, which is funny. Stop talking rubbish. I know nothing.
Were they listening to me just then?
But they all go on about this guy, Bob. Bob is the boss. This girl isn't the one you are looking for. Ha. So it's like these guys are all just scoundrels. They're not actually Bob, the bad guy. Yeah, they're like his goons. Like Bob, I didn't get that far. I think Bob probably would be the final boss. And it always gives you this little sort of mission summary before. Well, not summary, but it gives you sort of hints on the up-and-coming stage when you get to it. So we've got stage 2 coming up next.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, my only issue gameplay wise with it, because this is a solid 9 out. I'd go to a 9. I got to think back in the day, if my mum or my dad had bought me this, look at the background changing graphically, I would have given this a solid 9. It's tons of fun, and I loved racers, even though this isn't essentially a racer. Yeah. But a very long-winded way of saying to you, the only thing I didn't like was when you get to the bosses, I found it a bit... It's like it couldn't handle all that stuff that was going on at the same time. It's a very ambitious game, I think.
Yeah, definitely, especially for the Master System. It reminds me a little bit of Outrun in terms of the engine they're sort of using here. It does look a bit like the Outrun port that came out on the Master System. I'm also noticing some graphical glitching, which you had on Outrun as well, in the corners of the screen. So, yeah, there's definitely something that the Master System is struggling with. And did you see the bottom of that chopper's...
I did.
Its landing gear twitching then, which was a bit interesting. Wow, that would have annoyed me.
that chopper there, I was like, oh, is this my mate? Because the chopper arrived in the first stage. I was like, he's just going to give me another rocket and stuff. He's like, oh no, he's attacking me. It's not my mate. Yeah, so, I mean, I love all the scenery changes, and you really keeps you on your toes. It's quite hard.
Yeah, looks good. Looks really good.
Here's my mate. Look, here he comes. Here comes the rocket. What I quickly learned as well about playing this, or a good strategy, is not to mess around too much with these like normal goon guys.
Yeah,
just try and get past them. Use your turbos, because you have got, as you can see at the top of the screen there, a timer to get to the boss in the first place, and then that resets again back to a minute, and you've got a minute to beat the boss.
I see. And there's the station wagon that was on about at the start. Yeah,
it will throw up stuff that gets in your way. Rocks will appear or whatever to slow you down, to stop you beating the boss. You can't go off the edge into the water here. I tried it. You can't.
That's a shame.
Yeah, but it's just tons of fun. It really is. It's a really good game, and it kind of makes me pine for Chase HQ or that kind of game coming back in some form on the modern consoles.
I think we need it. Or, and this is a hint to you, Rockstar, in the next GTA, perhaps this could be a mode that we could do in that GTA game, because that would be awesome.
I mean, we have got Need for Speed today, the remaster. Me and you picked it up in the sales, and we had a quick blast online.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit's similar to this. That's tons of fun.
Yeah.
But I miss those kind of arcadey, high speed. There we go. So I haven't beat you. Yeah, those high speed sort of cop chase video games that were really big in the 80s or late 80s and 90s.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I would love to see something like this reimagined in modern day, decked out in modern day graphics, but still keeping the fun of this game, the simplicity of it.
But I like the presentation with this. I like these screens. Buddy, you got it wrong. I'm not Bob. I liked it. It's pretty cool. It's a bit strange. All games were back then, weren't they? A little bit odd in places, but yeah, it's a cool game. I wonder why they didn't go with you dummy. I wonder why they didn't go with the name Chase HQ 2.
Yeah, same as. That's a bit of a head scratcher, because it's definitely the sequel to it. So I'm surprised, very surprised, because it's basically the same sort of gameplay as the first one.
Yeah, and Chase HQ, as we all know, was very, very popular. So marketing-wise, I don't understand. Who develops this then? Because I didn't check before. Taito.
Taito.
Did they do the first game?
Yes, they did. Taito did Chase HQ as well. Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is Chase HQ 2, guys. Special, what's it called?
Special Criminal Investigation.
That's the one, SCI, on the Sega Master System. It's brilliant. If you have any form of Master System or Master System 2 knocking around, get yourself a copy of this, guys. Or if you've got RetroArch, give this a try. It's tons of fun. Dave, as always, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me as usual, mate.